Hi, I'm Francie Turnbow, and today I'm going to be talking about frankincense essential oils. Frankincense is in the Everyday Oil collection from Young Living, and it is a go-to oil for our family. We use it almost daily for something that is going on in our lives. Frankincense, there are several different frankincense. You'll need to do your research on the different ones, but the one I'm just going to talk about today is the one that is in your Everyday Oil collection. And it comes from Somalia. It also comes from a tree. So it is actually resin that is distilled that produces the oils that we can put in our bodies and on our bodies. And that is very important, that there is something that pure that I can actually ingest and not have to be worried about the safety of it, like some other essential oils that aren't as pure. The way that they get the resin for frankincense is by scraping the tree, and they collect that resin and discard it. And they do this for 10 days until they get to the most pure, essential oil quality resin that they can get. And then it is steam distilled, and it is bottled, and we just absolutely love it. I use it in my moisturizer every day. I put 1 drop into my moisturizer before I put it on, and I have noticed the elasticity of my skin is better. The redness that I've always had, but as I've aged, it has gotten worse. And I had a couple dark spots, liver spots, and they actually have started going away. It is also really good for acne. I have noticed that if I have some acne coming up, then we can apply it neat and it keeps it from growing. It goes into your cells. It actually can recognize good cells and bad cells, and it will actually help to clean up the bad cells, and then all of that nastiness is thrown out into our bodies, and then you've got to drink plenty of water to get everything flushed out and be feeling better about the way you look. So anyway, another way that you can use frankincense is for stretch marks. I have noticed a difference in my stretch marks personally, and I've had them for 19 years. And I have noticed that the redness and the puffy skin has become not as red, and the weird coloring that you develop whenever you have stretch marks isn't as bad. You can use frankincense when you're pregnant and frankincense when you're not. So it's one of the oils that's really good for a lot of people when they're pregnant and they're trying to keep from getting stretch marks. It's also good for people like my son. He's a bodybuilder, and he had developed some stretch marks, and I have made him some frankincense blend with a carrier oil that he applies to his stretch marks, and he's noticed a huge difference in his stretch marks that he had developed just within the last year. Something else that it is good for is pain. It's really good for pain. A friend of mine has deterioration in her neck, bone deterioration, and she has started using frankincense after years of using a chiropractor and doing yoga. She started using frankincense one day because she read that it was good for pain. And whenever she applied the frankincense, within less than an hour, the pain that she has lived with for a long, long time had diminished. Just gone. So, thought that was pretty neat to hear testimony about something that someone had been really suffering with for a long time, had spent lots of money on chiropractor care and different things, and something as simple as using the essential oil could help her in such a dramatic way. It does have lots of medical properties. It's an anti-tumoral. It's an immunostimulant. It is used sometimes for depression, cancer, respiratory infections, inflammation, and it's immune stimulating, which I think is great for this time of year when everybody's sick, which is, I'm in February now. All the colds going around, flu going around, different strains of flu that are changing and mixing and people getting shots and it not working because the strains changed. Well, frankincense is good because it boosts your immune system and it helps you to fight off all of these different things, which my family, a lot of them got sick because they didn't tell me right away and knew that I would oil them down. And after they did tell me, and I did, they seemed to feel better. But I did not get sick, not even a little bit sick, whenever everybody was passing around the bug that was going around the house. So I thought that that was pretty neat. It is the king of oils because of all the different things that it does. And it is in the Bible. It was good enough for the Christ child. And I found it interesting whenever I started really studying and seeing how many biblical references there are for all the essential oils. And that became pretty important to me because I believe that God has created every plant for a reason. And I have no doubt that frankincense was made to help in healing and making us realize that we have something else out there besides this prescription that will aid in helping our bodies restore to where they need to be. So I hope you found all of my information helpful, and I hope that there was something that maybe you have been suffering with that you can think, maybe I should use the king of oils. Have a blessed day.